Hello, I'm Captain John Kilbane of the Cleveland Division of Fire. Welcome to the Fire Training Academy. With the help of TV20, we're going to go over a bit of a refresher for the RIT pack and how to use it with our M7s. But we're also going to introduce you today the G1, the next generation of SCBAs. So we're going to begin by comparing the two. We'll start at the top with the Facepiece. We're used to the M7 where it has a 360 degree, it turns. With the G1, it's fixed, does not turn. The bypass, the red bypass, is on the right on both sides. Red is right, right is red. That there. Same thing with this. When we set this down, flush on our bodies, red is right, right is red. There's our bypass. The mask is the same. On the old mask, we have this buckle at the top that sometimes got in the way of our hood and our helmet. They've improved this model. No buckle at the top. It's a little smoother, a little easier to get on, little handle. That's that. With the M7, it clicks in any position. So you put that on, you're good to go. With the G1, the mask only clicks in this fashion. These tabs must meet. Red is right, right is red. That's the only way it goes in, and it does not move. All right? So we come down. We know from our RIT training that the air is on our left shoulder straps. We always protect the left. We always protect the left. This is where our air is. So if we have to take off partially or fully our harness, we always hold on to the left. When it comes to the G1, it's still the air comes in on the left shoulder strap, so we always protect the left. When you come down on the left shoulder strap, you'll see this new feature. This is an amplifier that amplifies your voice from the Facepiece out through here. When we turn the bottle on in a little bit, we'll see how that works. You can see how this is permanently connected, and we know that our M7s, we can disconnect. Can disconnect from here. Push on, 2 motions to remove. Okay. So the air comes down on the left. We come over here to our right shoulder strap. Right shoulder strap on the new G1. We have a pass device with no URC connected to it. So we come down with our pass device. We find our URC is a little lower. Same shoulder strap, but down a little bit lower. There's our URC. Okay? We come over to our M7. Come down our right shoulder strap. Come down. With our M7, when you find the URC, you found the pass device. You found the pass device, you found the URC. It's all together. Works in the same fashion, the dial, the digital. The old M7 has 1 reset button. Still operates the same way. You shake it to make it stop. The new G1, you come down, you find it, pass device, no URC. They gave us 2 reset buttons now. 2 green buttons instead of 1 yellow. The machine doesn't care. You can hit the right one, the left one, or both of them. It doesn't matter. They redesigned the manual pass device here. Activate it the same way. Push and hold, it goes off. Shake it to reset it. Okay? So now we come to our connections. For our M7, wheels right here. The connection to the cylinder is here. We have a bell, and we have another URC. So we're all familiar with this. We're familiar with this bell going off. It's very metallic. It's a very ting, ting, ting kind of bell. The G1. The hand wheel is in the same position. The connection is different. We'll go over that. We have the URC is sort of in the same place, but a little different. And we have a bell over here that is more mechanical. It's more of a tick, tick, tick. So even just approaching these 2 separate SCBAs, just from the sound alone, you should be able to know which mask you're dealing with. The URC over here is a little protected so by the connection and by the harness, as opposed to with the M7, you have the URC is right at the top of the bottle. They put it back here to protect it from getting dirt, debris that might accidentally interfere with us being able to get you air in the event of an emergency. So we come to the connection. We'll go back to our familiar M7. So this is the screw on. We understand that. We know that this speed on here helps us with those threads. With the new G1, we have this quick connect. So we turn this wheel, turn it towards the cylinder, and we push it out. And that's our connection. Okay? So you can see there's the addition of this silver fitting. This fitting, I don't know exactly how the magic that it has, how it works, but we don't need to put any pipe dope on our threads. We don't need any Teflon tape. We take this, we hand tighten it, no more than hand tighten it onto the bottle, and now this bottle is ready for this quick connect. Simply push it on, and you're ready to go. Okay? So now that brings us to the cylinders themselves. The cylinder in the G1 will work in the M7. The M7 older cylinder will work in the G1 as long as you add this fitting. This is all important. We don't lose this. And the only time that we'll have to worry about changing these is at a filling station when you're topping off your cylinders because they do not have this connection. So we'll take that off then, fill the bottle, and put it right back on. So the cylinders will work in either one as long as you add that fitting. On the G1, it has a V built into the bottle, and there is a catch on the back plate of the harness on the G1 that sits in. So that's a nice feature. We know how to add the bottles from the to the old M7. You can only put the bottle in from the top down. In the G1, the bottle can come in from the bottom or from the top as long as you slide that V catch into the harness. Okay, so those are how we work that. There's one additional feature on the G1 that we'll cover. That's this whip here, and we'll get into that when we go into the RIT bag. Okay, what we want to get across to you is we're going to go from the most difficult way, hopefully least likely way to apply air to a downed firefighter, and we'll move our way to the most preferred way, the way we think that is the easiest and best way to get air out of that bottle and into a firefighter's cylinder. So, we have our RIT pack. We're all familiar with that. So the first thing we're going to cover is a firefighter who's down and for whatever reason has lost a facepiece. So we need to replace the facepiece. That doesn't matter whether they had the G1 or the M7. So we come to our RIT pack, but let's first cover this. Before we ever enter a burning building with this RIT pack, we want to store the facepiece in this position, but then when we're called to the scene of a fire and you are on the RIT team, we're going to make sure that we're going to take everything out and make sure that it's all there and connected and working. Before we ever go into a fire, we're going to make sure that the cylinder is turned on and ready to go. We don't want to have to mess with that inside of a burning building. You would never turn your tank on after you got inside a burning building. Don't do that with the RIT pack. We turn our cylinder on. We take our facepiece that's in this position when we're driving around stored in the rig, but now you're at a working fire, now you're the RIT team. Take your facepiece out. We're going to fold this over. We're going to have this in the ready position so that in the event we have to apply this to a firefighter, it's going to be ready to go. Okay, we package everything back up. We're out front. We don't have it right here showing, but we always have the rope. The rope bag and the RIT pack are the two things that must be in front of the fire building. Whatever else you want to bring, your officer tells you or you decide to bring, that's what you can bring in addition to this rope and the RIT pack. So we put it back in there, and now we're called in because a firefighter inside has a problem with his facepiece. So we come inside, we have this in the ready position, we can take this, he's ready to go. We attach this to the firefighter. If the firefighter is conscious, he will take it, place it on his face, he will inhale sharply and get air flowing. You can help the firefighter apply the harness, and then we're going to get him by the armpits and we're going to get out of there. If the firefighter is unconscious, you have to remember you have to start the air flowing first. You have to get the air coming. So we will either crack our bypass, get that going, apply the mask to the firefighter. Okay? Conscious, hand it to him. Unconscious, start air flowing. Okay. So we can have the firefighter breathe off this bottle here. Or if the firefighter has air in the cylinder, we can come over, disconnect, and there's a problem with the firefighter's facepiece. We come over, disconnect his broken facepiece, 2 motions, push, pull, get rid of the broken one, quick connect, push, okay, start the air, hand it to the firefighter, now he has good clean air. Okay, very good, put that back. Okay, now there's a firefighter with the G1, problem with the facepiece. This does not disconnect. This facepiece does not work with this one. We can't connect the regulator to the new G1. So we can take this off, put it over to the side. Same method. Conscious, hand it to him. Unconscious, start the flow of air for the firefighter. I can take this, and here's the addition that we have on the G1. We have this long whip. So now I can, if the firefighter has air in their cylinder, I take this, quick connect, boom. Conscious, hand it to the firefighter. Unconscious, begin air, and he puts it on. The firefighter can breathe off their cylinder, or we can come back here and hook it up to the RIT pack and leave that way. So that all works. Okay. So now the second way to get air from this bottle to the downed firefighter is through this buddy breathing whip. We've seen that in action. So we can take this. If the firefighter is low on air, comes over here, breathing off of his air. We come over, we connect our buddy breathing to his buddy breathing block. Firefighter gets to use whatever's in the cylinder as well as this cylinder. We get them hooked up, take care of whatever problems that firefighter's having, and we get out of the building. Okay? With this, we have buddy breathing. So we come in, we find this firefighter with the G1. He's down, come over here, take the quick connect. As long as everything else is working, we're good to go. He can breathe, the firefighter can breathe off of this cylinder as well as whatever air is in the hour bottle. Okay. The complication comes when, if we have an M7 and an M7, 2 people wearing an M7 are in a fire and they need to buddy breathe. The only way to do that now is, 1, say a little prayer, and remember that you know how to do this. Take a breath and hold it, and hope that you can find your buddy's connection before you need to remove your mask or take a breath of that bad poisonous gas that's around you, that smoke. Okay? So we need to take a breath,
pull, disconnect, come over, hopefully find you, come over, reconnect,
and now I can do that. That's the only way to buddy breathe if two M7s need to share a bottle, okay? But like I said, the benefit of running into someone with this whip, there's no holding your breath, there's no saying any prayers. That G1 connects right to here. If you need to buddy breathe, you can disconnect. The buddy breathing will connect right to you. So you can share the G1 bottle, and you just get up and you go, okay? So that is a definite benefit. All right. The final step, and the most preferred way we want to get air out of this bottle and into a down or firefighter that needs air, is with this sort of misnamed appliance right here. They call this the quick fill or trans fill. But the air in here does not fill your cylinder. If this is at 4,500, it doesn't fill the cylinder to 4,500. The two just equal out. So if the RIT pack is at 4,500, and I'm lucky enough and I find this firefighter and he needs air, and I'm lucky enough to find out where the URC is, I connect it. And if he's at 0 and my bottle is at 45, the two equal out to 2250. Okay? Okay, so push, pull. So I could take that. The benefit of doing that, I hook it up to them. I give the firefighter the air that they need. I split the bottle. But now I have the benefit of, I come up to the next guy. This guy wearing a G1. He's low on air. So I come to his cylinder down by the connection. I can fill it in there. On the right shoulder strap, I find the pass device and work my way down to the URC on his shoulder strap, connect that. So if he's at 0 and I'm at 2250, now the same thing happens. They level out. Okay. So I think that covers all of the stuff that we want for the RIT pack. We need everyone to know that if you're on a truck or on a squad, you'll be on the RIT team. But we also have used engines in the past, and anybody that gets detailed or puts in for overtime, you can expect to be on the RIT team. So we need everybody to go over this, review this, and I hope this has been informative. Thank you.